Someone needs to customize and save hundreds of living days.
Okay.
Wait,
hey guys, welcome to Dungeon Siege 3. It's an old one, it's a good one, and I'm pretty sure my controller works. So let's check this out. See, it has gamepad support here, which is good. Okay.
I was exercising every day. It was really discouraging. The goal was so easy, the weight just falls off. After careful review
Go new game.
and research on handling, my recommendation is that every function has salon costs. Powerful yet non-addictive. Targeted and long-lasting, I recommend salon costs. It's good medicine.
About the biggest misconception, there isn't no replacement lists. I'm here with Ted Crillins, the project manager for Renewal Innocent, to talk.
Yeah, one of the big things we hear from homeowners is, I shouldn't need to replace my windows, they're just not that old. Here's the thing, home builders put in kitchens, bathrooms, and low-end windows. So even if your windows are only 7 to 10 years old, they may still need to be replaced.
So there's so many window companies out there. What's different about your company?
Well, besides being a full-service replacement and a lot of companies people tend to call when they're particular about their home. They don't want just any old window, any old installers.
So your standard for installers is pretty high, right?
Yeah, Brian, you can have the best window or door in the world. If it's not installed correctly, it's going to fail. So you don't hire these jack-of-all-trades installers who do better inside and inside. Our window installation teams do our windows year in, year out, and then thousands.
Anytime a homeowner has to deal with multiple home improvement companies, they get stuck in the blame game.
Yeah, with other companies, there's an issue. The manufacturer blames the installer blames the manufacturer. With us, there's no favor pointing or blaming each other. We're both the installer and the manufacturer.
Good. Is it easy for a homeowner to get a price?
Very easy. We'll come out to your house, we'll set your current patio door and windows, and we'll give you an exact price. That's good for an entire year.
So that's great information.
Before July 31st, buy one window, patio door, or entry door, and get the next one 40% off. That's 40% off with a minimum purchase of 4. And our financing can help make this project more affordable with no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months. This offer ends July 31st. For a free appointment with Renewal by Anders, call 1-800-704-4200.
The National Association of Black Journalists Convention is happening today in Chicago. Former President Trump will be attending the event as a featured speaker. The group has a history of inviting presidential candidates to its annual conference, but Trump's appearance is getting some pushback from NABJ members and other journalists, and now some people are protesting. Notably, Vice President Kamala Harris was invited to speak at the event, but said she was unable to make it, citing scheduling issues. Vice President Harris offered to deliver a virtual address to the convention, but was unable to reach an agreement with NABJ. NABJ denies she was available virtually during the convention the next hour. There will be a Q&A with former President Trump. Our Harris Faulkner will be co-moderating that event alongside other journalists. According to NABJ, the focus of the discussion is on pressing issues facing the Black community. We will bring you any breaking news from the convention as it happens.
Well, on to this. Turning to Meta and Google, who are being accused of censoring photos and information related to the Trump assassination attempt. Earlier this week, Google's autocomplete results seemingly omitted any mention of the attempt on Trump's life. Look at that, you see it there. Meanwhile, Facebook flagged this iconic photo from that day as fake. Meta says the mistake happened because of a similar doctored image that was also being flagged. Quote, given the similarities between the doctored photo and the original image, which are only subtly, although importantly different, our systems incorrectly applied that fact check to the real photo too. And Meta's AI chatbot briefly refused to answer questions about the assassination attempt after it reportedly called the event They gave this reason for the error. Quote, rather than have Meta AI give incorrect information about the attempted assassination, we programmed the chatbot to simply not answer questions about it after it happened. Now, to nail this home, I really want to pull up Tim Kennedy. Tim Kennedy was the one who asked Meta chatbot about the assassination attempt, Cheryl. And here's the response he claims he got. There have been a few instances where former President Trump's safety was at risk, but it's difficult to say if he was ever almost assassinated. And then it goes on to elucidate on that. Now, Fox wasn't able to replicate this, but Meta did address the controversy, and it just seems inexcusable that 2 weeks after this, Tim Kennedy would put this in. You've had time to update. It's been 2 weeks.
Especially after they've been reached out to by the press and by businesses, to be clear. There's two big risks with the election right now that the world of technology is worried about. One is AI, and the other is deepfakes. Because if you have manipulated images, they're using it political violence for defense. That's what Meta is using. But the truth is, why does this keep happening to conservative topics and conservative commentators? This has been going on for years. It is my guess, and Charles can maybe disagree or agree with me, my guess is right now that they over-censor the platforms because they are so worried about, I don't know, getting called back in front of Congress again and being accused of manipulating, and censoring Republican voices, for instance. So they're, Zuckerberg and the gang don't want to go back to D.C. They want to do business. They want to make money. And I think that what happened to algorithms, that they basically just overcorrected is my guess right now.
And Republicans have reason for skepticism. Let's just remember 2020. These were the headlines in 2020, inexcusable ones in my mind. The Guardian, Facebook, and Twitter restrict controversial New York Post story on Joe Biden. NPR, Facebook, and Twitter limit sharing of New York Post story. The New York Post, Jack Dorsey says, blocking Post Hunter Biden story was total mistake. A mistake.
I actually had dinner once with Jack Dorsey at lunch, right after all this happened, and he admitted to me he thought that, and I brought it up, and he admitted that the problem is that everyone who works there, they're liberal, right? In the intro, we talked about the programmers, because ultimately you can blame whoever you want to blame, the system. Who programmed the system? If you have a bunch of far leftists out there who in their hearts hate, look at the donations. Look at the donations from Meta. Look at the donations from Google. Look at the donations from all these companies. It's like 99%.
Okay. Let's see.
Who they like politically from their professionalism that they should bring to the job. And that's why everyone out there is so worried about a world where we go deeper into AI. Deeper, our lives are deeper into the metaverse. I mean, do we really trust being there if we don't have the right political vision?
Play normal.
If we don't have the right political needs? The answer right now is no. It's like you're living in China with the social scores. You may be punished or you're going to certainly get incorrect information. People should be outraged about this. It's got to be fixed one way or the other.
I do think it's fair to play Mark Zuckerberg after the assassination. And he owns Meta. But here were his comments for the assassination.
Seeing Trump get up after getting shot in the face and pump his fist in the air with the American flag is one of the most bad things I've ever seen in my life. But look, I mean, and I feel like it's almost American. It's like hard to not get emotional about that spirit and that fight. That's why a lot of people like the guy.
I mean, those are great comments, actually, but the mistakes with Meta, the company always seems to run in one direction against certain.
Reading one article that Meta called the assassination attempt fictional, but then they offered details on Kamala Harris's 2024 campaign. We don't have that on Donald Trump. Here's Kamala Harris. Get your money, please. This is an election. This is censorship. Some of the words in these headlines were restrict, limit, block. Americans can't be informed. The information to find out more about these candidates. We need a free and fair election. They don't get that in this Cincinnati. What's really happening or who these people really are.
Emily.
Yeah, look, I hate to sound unoriginal, but I just agree so wholeheartedly with what you guys both said. This is a reminder, not that we need to do, but there are humans behind these algorithms, and that the result is indeed election interference. And it's a joke to me that this is what the algorithm is. Let's just eliminate. We don't want to, start any conspiracy theories. So let's just all the conspiracy theories. Global that led to multi-billion-dollar settlement. right? And so many things that we saw, or the Chinese lab leak. I mean, there have been phenomenal lives that have circulated the globe millions of times, that have destroyed people's lives, that have resulted in deaths. And this all of a sudden is the one, oh no, guys, this is what we're going to keep Pollyanna. It's a joke, and we will all do well to remember that and not to rely heavily on information. By the way, Mark Zuckerberg, don't forget, he doesn't allow his children to have any type of interaction whatsoever with social media. That's all you need to remember.
That's what you're watching. It really does. Coming up, Kamala Harris is on the hunt for a vice president to add to her ticket, but toxic workplace accusations are resurfacing. That story is next.
If you're a veteran wife, homeowner, and the family bookkeeper, you're the first to know when high-rate debt is stressing your budget. But your family service has earned you a big advantage, the VA Home Loan Benefit. With the lower rate New Day 100 VA cash out loan, you can pay off high-rate credit cards and car loans. That's real money you can use to take care of your family and home.
Call 1-855-693-5433.
The 1878 to 1921 Morgan silver dollar, a true American classic and one of the most iconic silver dollar coins in history. It has been over 100 years since the last Morgan silver dollar coin was struck for circulation, but now, for a limited time only, full pound bags of original U.S. government struck Morgan dollars are being released to the public. That's right, you can own a full pound of 1878 to 1921 classic American Morgan silver dollar coins, all in very good collector condition with fully visible dates and bid marks guaranteed. Call 1-800-333-2210 to secure collector-grade U.S. Morgan silver dollars by the pound, struck during the Wild West and the Gilded Age. Plus, receive a bonus American collector's pack valued at over $25 free with every order. Call 1-800-333-2210 to secure your full pound bag of Morgan silver dollar coins before they are gone. Call 1-800-333-2210. 1-800-333-2210.
Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that can go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bathroom shower that's safer at a price you can afford with a one-day jacuzzi bathroom remodel.
It's done saving. It is amazing.
I would give this whole experience an A. I definitely wish I would have gone to.
From soft close shower doors and adjustable shower heads to features like grab bars and custom seats that combine safety and style. It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your one-day installation, and start loving your new bathroom shower right away.
Only Xcom to get rate installation and no interest and no payment structure 1 year. Go to jacuzzibathremodel.com or call 800-991-2603. That's 800-991-2603. Call now.
My back got injured very bad. I was off work for about a year. I heard about Relief Factor from my wife. I took it every day, 3 times a day for 3 weeks. I looked at her and I said, the pain is gone. And she said, I'm glad it helped. I said, no, you understand. It's gone.
You too can feel better every day with Relief Factor, a daily supplement that fights pain naturally. Go online now and get 35% off your first order.
With so many choices on Booking.com, there are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles. $30,000 Tina in a boutique hotel. 30,000 steps Tina at a mountain cabin. Booking.com, Booking.com.
Exclusively at Home Depot.
The world has changed. Clearly, it's not the 80s and the 90s anymore. And when the stock market crashes, and it does from time to time, our clients are protected against losses. And literally, they go up with the market, locking their gains. And when the market goes down, they don't lose anything. We keep it simple. Our clients are a reasonable rate of return, and they don't lose money. If you have at least $100,000 to invest, get your investor's guide. Let's see if it's right.
But you can't watch or listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is the listen.
Kamala Harris is
known in California, it's known in Washington. It is a heroic work environment. If you work for her, nobody lasts very long. Even as VP, when she didn't do anything, she could not keep staff. That is a person that the press will never talk about. How she treats people around her is a real indication of what she'll do in the future.
The reports of poor office culture with Harris are not new. The government watchdog reports Vice President Harris's office has nearly 92% staff turnover. Trump is 72%. Back in 2022, when Harris age said this about working for Kamala, quote, "It's always been a problem. You have to have your people around you." And in 2019 op-ed about then Senator Harris, revealing, quote, "Senator Harris vocally throws F-bombs and other profanity constantly, and her berating of staff and others in staff including fear of her, and she uses her profanity throughout the day."
Told me stories.
Even
You're the
MSNBC
half-brother.
hosted former Harris staffer
belongs to your
Golden
father.
Sanders.
My name is Martin Wiesper, and I'm a friend of Odo.
It was new for
and
me
his
when I worked for her
company.
because I never worked for a high-profile woman before. I have only ever worked for men. And after there was one day at work where I was like, "Man, you might be the last woman I work
We
for."
didn't have a word.
This story there is a lot. It's a lot that we got there, whatever in here. It was something that I think any candidate, any person of power needs to be aware of the
You take the
criticism.
gunpowder on the bridge below. Thought I'd cover my
Smart
escape
words.
when they
Simone
found
was a
me.
huge part of the staff.
All we
And
need to do is light the
Simone
fuse.
left.
Come on,
Tweet went
to the
viral
bridge.
of this guy named David Ginn. Because a lot of people were leaving the office to pull up. He's been sitting at a desk outside his office. "My name is David Ginn. I work for Vice President Harris on behalf of the American people." And people just blink twice if you need help, David. I remember somebody on the couch being laughed hysterically at that birthday. Look at the empathy too. A culture like that is not hard to remove, and leaders like that are not hard to remove. So to me, I think I'll just leave it there for your extrapolation. These types of reports of her office culture have plagued her throughout California as well. This is nothing new, as you said, not now and not then. And I just point to when President Biden first took office, and he said, "If someone doesn't operate with respect, I will fire them immediately." It seems like he should have looked inward. We've reported as well often and repeatedly about issues that she has had with how she's portrayed, the indignance she has about how she was the shoe she wore on the Vogue cover, who invited her to meetings in foreign nations. But the list goes on about what offends her, and sort of the draconian way, the draconian hand that she leads with. But I think at the end of the day, even if you say, "Well, I don't know what the facts are a 90+% turnover rate," and that's all we need to know. You know, Ainsley, I read this op-ed by the Spanish educator in 2019, and his son and her, and they already had their own office. And he said that she makes people stand and address her as general, and that younger staffers were told not to look her in the eye. And I compared it to Trump, who regularly engaged with interns when they walked by, didn't care if people said he was the president. What a difference. He calls people, if you work for him, he would call your mom and say, "Put her on the phone, let me talk to her. If you said, 'My mom loved you.'" He's so personable and likable when you're around him one-on-one. And the F-bombs and fear toxic food, well, what was
Two more to life.
Are you so
Hurry.
grateful you work at Fox News?
Run along.
Only 4 of her original 47 staffers from year 1 are still there. You're quoting Maya Angelou, this is similar. You can tell a lot about someone if you work for them. Yeah. And when your main staff gets weeks.
It's also, it's so funny. We started the show off with this class who all of a sudden, just in the last 48 hours, just changed their mind on a Marianne subjects. But honestly, if you can't be able to be candid with the President of the United States as a staffer, then that would mean a lot of things would go wrong, would just get worse. That's my concern as a voter, as an American citizen. The ability of whoever's in the Oval Office to recognize from time to time, they don't get it right. And who would have to fight the nerve, the guts to be able to say, "Madam President, this is wrong"?
And, I was reading an Axios report about the time she interrogated Karine Jean-Pierre during the campaign so much that other staffers noticed it.
Well, what I find so interesting about this whole thing is that a toxic workplace is the HR department's worst nightmare. And that you end up with lawsuits and things getting leaked and it goes public and everything. Think of Ellen DeGeneres, another California lady who got outed. And this was after years of her having a successful talk show and everybody loved her. "Oh, she's so funny. Oh, she's so sweet." But once one person came not talking about the toxic workplace at Ellen DeGeneres' show, everybody's really coming out, including people that have been on her show. So I just it's a matter of time before we get more details.
Right, the Trump book campaign should create a new coalition, Angry Kamala Harris staff.
I know this part of the valley. We've come a long way. I think we're close to the old Legion tractor house. If any of our friends are still alive, that's where they'll be.
Championship over questions about their biological sex are given the go-ahead to fight women in the Olympics. Details.
It's odd how, in an instant, things can transform. Slipping out of balance and increase.
Well, there goes my controls.